A lot of people seem to get sort of stuck somewhere around 70% recovered. We get to a place and we can't seem to get past it. We learn how to manage and cope in a sort of bubble. And when I was very sick, my bubble was very small. And as that bubble expanded, I had to learn how to cope and manage new things and new stressors. And I had to find new ways for facing those. And the more healthy you get, the more of the world comes back and the more you take on. I think number one, it can be easy for those things to take over and take all the energy that could and should be going to your recovery because you're sort of functioning. And then also number two is that you've learned the skills to deal with where you were in the previous however many steps, but it's a whole new level of skills to where you are now. So that's how it's been for me, even to like this day, this week, where every time I face something new, I have to figure out how do I approach this now? When I have 30 years of ingrained reactions to things and ways of handling things, it's way harder than I thought it was going to be to get rid of those. It's very easy for me to fall back into people pleasing, into defining my worth from my productivity. I want so badly to get it all right, but it's just with every stage of health and sickness, I think there's always adjustment and learning new skills and figuring out how to navigate things, which is a daily thing.
Totally, totally. And this is something we talk a lot about in the program for people who are well on their way to recovery. A big question I get asked a lot is, if you have a type A personality and that's just your natural trait, do you think you can recover from something like CFS? Because I had a really powerful type A personality. I was always a go-getter. I know you were too. I was always a high achiever. I always wanted to be doing things, and not just a few things, like 10 things at a time, or else I just felt bored. I needed that stimulus. It mainly comes down to being able to control that trait versus letting that trait control you. Because there are times when I'll work for 4 days and go super hard, 12 hours each day, get 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. But I know on that fifth and sixth day, I'm taking my foot off the gas pedal because I know that's not sustainable. So I'm able to kind of turn that dial down on that specific personality trait. I think being able to turn that dial down has been a game changer for my life, because before, that trait used to run me.